Finally, Enum has been announced on PHP, but it's from 8.1. We are now close to 8.3. But I want to talk about Enum in Laravel in this video. So let's check the code review paths repository and see some best practice of Enum usage, and let's see how can we do with Enum in Laravel. First things, when you want Enum, you must create it, and it is super easy. It's in Laravel, you just need to create an Enums folder in app directory, and you can put your enums here or even categorize them by model or everything you want in here. We categorize them by model, and you can see when I open the pull request, and I can see the status. So this is how we define and create our enums. Creation of enums is very easy on PHP. You just need to have something like class, but just you need to add some cases here. Also, you can have functions and other things in your enum, and you can do too much things with them. After creating enums, there are several ways to use these enums. First, we need to use this enum and store these enums into our databases. So how we should to make the migrations? In code review paths, as you can see, we have a pull request table here, and in line 21, we have a string status, and we don't need to use database and MySQL enum in the migrations. But you may think that we are allowed to store every strings in our database as a status, but we can do something in our model and prevent to have unverified values as a string. What should we do on the models? Let's see the models pull request here, and as you can see here, we have a cast here, which this is a Laravel native cast, and the only things we need to do is that use the status and point it to the our enum. Also, let me show you an example of the Laravel documents about if we have an array of status, an array of these enums. As you can see in the Laravel documentation, you can use array of enums like this. This is an as enum collection. This is something from Eloquent casts, and you can use this just like class point. Okay, we don't need this feature right now. Let me delete it. Okay, this is a simple usage of enum. And we have another step on Laravel, which we can use enums as a routes model binding, routes enum binding. Means on routes and controllers, we can use enum as an input. Let me show you an example. On the socialite controller, we have an enum in auth and socialite provider. We can support GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, and other socialite providers here, and we can just add them here to support them on the URL. The URL, how the URL works, is something like API and some redirects and socialite slash the provider. And with enum, we can have multiple provider here, and we can also sanitize it to not wrong detail or wrong input for our route model, route binding. How to define something like this on routes? Let me show you on routes. As you can see in here, in Socialite, we have auth callback and auth redirect provider. And these redirects are point to Socialite controller. And as you can see, we have a Socialite provider here. What is this Socialite provider? This is an enum. And as you can see, since now we are just support GitHub for logging and registration actions. Another usage of enums is to validate in form request and validation. How can we do this? If you register form requests for your controllers, or even you use form request in your controller, form validation, request validation in your controller, you can use something like this. New enum and Socialite provider. You can sanitize and validate your provider and your inputs with enum and check that if it's valid inputs or not. But there is a things that we must care about it. Means we have a string baked enum here. As you can see, this enum returns a string, and if we have here an integer, our cases must to equals to an integer value. It's better to use a string enum baked. It means use enum baked string, and this is the enum. If you do not use enum yet, please tell us about your environment and your code without enum. I cannot imagine the codes without enum anymore. I have used something like Spati enum and other things in different companies. But now, since PHP 8.1, I just cannot imagine the codes and form request without enum and with others tricky stuffs like class enum or Spati enum. If you have other experience with another kinds of enum, please tell me in description. I want to know how you used enum before PHP 8.1 and how you want to migrate your things to PHP 8.1 enums. I want to know this. And thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and share it to your friends. It will be help us to help this video to get more views. And also, if you're a developer, we have a code review paths community, and we will be happy to see you there. I will put the link of Discord server in the description, and nice to see you. I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.